Welcome to Billion Dollar Marketing Secrets Over Coffee with Biz Coach Steve Feld. Biz Coach Steve interviews fellow successful business owners about the strategies they have used to grow their businesses, and in turn, you can use them to help you navigate your business towards success. Ready to learn strategies to grow your business with less stress and build a long-term sustainable business to exceed your personal and business financial goals to build the business of your dreams? Well, you have come to the right place. Please welcome Biz Coach Steve Feld.
Hello, fellow business owners, and welcome. I'm Biz Coach Steve Feld, and my goal is to stop business owners from suffering entrepreneurial depression and make running their businesses easier, more fun, and highly profitable to reach those 7 figures and beyond. Today, we have another great guest for you. We have Charly Dwyer. Now, Charly, she's an online business manager, WordPress expert. Oh boy, do people need that. Systems integration, support, and management. Oh, we got to get into this. So please welcome Charly. How are you today?
G'day, Steve from Australia. I'm really, really well, and thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this. I'm very honored.
Oh, thank you for being our guest. And like we were talking before we hit the record button, we've been talking about many things before we hit the record button, but tell us, your bio gives us a little bit, but give us a little bit deeper about your business and how did you start it? What sparked it?
Gee. So we have to go back to the dim, dark ages of 2007 for when I started my business. I think with most business owners, you've all had your experience and your journey through how your business has grown and how it's become successful, or how it hasn't been successful and then has become successful. Look, I've been in the IT industry since before it was the IT industry. I started at the age of 16. I went and did electronics and communication at technical college, what you guys would call technical college. And I became pre and post sales support. And then I became a salesperson, and then I became a contract manager and customer relationship manager and a project manager, all for big corporate or medium corporate. I had 2 kids along the way, and I did an MBA as well. So, it's never been a dull journey for me. But around the age of, I must have been just hitting 40, I went, this is all too much. I'm done. I'm out of corporate. And I went and bought myself some retail stores. Don't ask how I went from IT to retail. It's just one of those things. I was really just looking for that life change, that thing that would just get me out of the rut I was in. And we did okay for the first couple of years, but the industry changed very quickly. We had bought a franchise. The franchise hadn't kept up with industry trends. They weren't moving quick enough. And I'm using all these jargon and all these buzzwords, but this is all the stuff I had known from my experience beforehand. And we were broke. We went bust. We got out without going bankrupt because we just sold everything, and we took all our mortgages and we sold all our property, and we were at rock bottom. There was nothing. I had no money coming in, and I had debts going out, and I had 2 kids, and I still had my husband at that point. And I went, well, what the hell am I going to do? I've got this tradable experience that I've got, that I have. I've got the skills that I had. Maybe I can just find some work in the meantime, getting that going while I find other work. And I put a net out and said, hey, listen, who needs some technical help? I know I know people need tech help. And someone said, well, can you help me with my website? I don't really know what's going on. I'm like, well, I don't know. What's this WordPress thing? I don't. Yeah, sure, I can do that. And I learned as I went along. But as I said, I had the background to know how to ask the questions and where to find information. So for me, doing that was much, much easier than it was for someone who had no experience whatsoever. That was 2007, and it's just kind of gone from there. I've gone from being the chick you call when your WordPress site isn't working to the person you call now when you want to get your business processes together and you want to get that website integrated with your business process and your business, and just take it to that next level. So there you go. That's it in a nutshell. It's kind of a little bit more than that, but yeah, I've been doing this since 2007 now.
Yeah, I had a retail store right about that time, and the economic downturn hit.
That hit us really badly. Yeah.
Well, luckily, I renegotiated all my contracts, and I had a franchise at the time, and I renegotiated all my contracts, thank God, a couple months ahead of time. I got marketing budgets, so when everything went this way into the pot, I actually survived because I renegotiated my contracts. Instead of 210 net 30, they were all like 260 net 90s. So I evened out my cash
You had
flow.
the extra time.
I bought time. I used other people's money. I didn't think I would have the economic downturn. I did not see that coming, but I also got marketing dollars. And that's what saved my business. And the marketing dollars and marketing resources all came from my new vendors and suppliers, because I read my agreements, fired everyone who didn't want to play ball with me, and brought on new vendors and suppliers. And that actually reduced my cost of goods from 55% down to 8%. So,
oh, nice.
See, I learned a valuable lesson.
Simple things like that.
Always be auditing your vendors, your suppliers every year, guaranteed.
Yeah. That was a big one. And the other one that I would say on that, because we got hit with the economic downturn, but we were in the retail DVD business. So it was just as DVDs had hit the market, they were the big new thing. I have to say that within 2.5 years, they were no longer the big new thing. Streaming services started coming online. Online rentals had come online. Your department stores, that we could not compete with department stores, no matter how hard we tried, and we didn't want to. That was the thing. That wasn't where we wanted to be in the market, and the franchise itself had not read that and hadn't adjusted to that ahead of time. So that was when I decided it was time to exit.
Yeah. I definitely know what you mean. When I'm watching everyone else closing up their doors and going bankrupt around me, and here I am, the only tenant still paying rent on time. It's just shocking, and then
it's horrifying.
It gets
and
in
it's
your
sad too.
It is, because it actually starts affecting your mind. Even though, hey, you're bringing home $1, not $2, but you're at least bringing $1.
Yeah.
So we've been there, done it. And another thing you brought up about WordPress. Now, tell us one of the biggest challenges for owner operators, business leaders regarding their websites.
Okay, so you said the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is listening to the marketing speak that says it's fine. Just go and get a WordPress website, run it up, and it will all work for you. Maybe. And I say that very carefully. What you have to understand with your website is what you want it to do. Why are you bringing up your website? What are the things that you want to do with it? Do you want to just have an online brochure? Because that's okay. That's fine. Some businesses just need somewhere that people can go, they can see your marketing somewhere and go, oh, that business, I'll go and check them out online. It's that credentialing. It's that I'm a real business and I'm here and this is what, you can learn about me without having to pick up the phone, because people hate picking up the phone these days. Yes. Do you want to do lead capture? Okay, so you want to do lead capture, which is build your marketing list. What are the things around that? There's a whole checklist of things you need to think about when you're doing that. Do you want to sell things? Okay, so how do you want to take money? How do you want to deliver your items? How do you want to... You've got to break it down into component parts, and you've got to say, here's what I want to do. And that's the biggest thing. It's not really just a matter of going out, go to Squarespace or go to WordPress or go to Wix and run up a website. And hey, I've got a website, and well, it's not doing anything for me. No, it won't, because you don't know what you want it to do for you. The second part of that, I've lost the point because I had it and it's gone, but that's normal. So what do you want it to do? Oh, and that's right. Have your plan. So really sit down and think about, here's all the things I want my website to do for me. Have your plan. Work out what your lowest common denominator is. What the absolute minimum thing you could go live with is. Do that. Spend the money on that.
Mhm.
See what response you get from your target audience. Then assess that against your plan and decide which of those components you really need now and which ones you can bring forward. That is the biggest thing I've ever found with anyone, is they've had this big plan and they want to do all these things. I say, I'll tell you what, how about we just do this one little thing? This thing here. It's deliverable. I prove myself to you. You prove that this concept will work. And then when it's live, we'll come back and we'll look at all of these things that you've got on your wish list. We've done that and we've gone, oh, you know what? We're going to take this thing that was 10th on the list of 20 and we're going to pull it up next, because that's what people are asking us for. That's what people want to see from us. Your target audience will tell you what they want.
Couldn't agree with you more. Get that minimum viable product out there. I don't know how many times I've talked to business owners and they're starting a new business and they're hung up. Oh, I have to have a website. And it's like, you're focused so much on the tactics. What's the strategic side? Let's talk about that. What do you want out of your website?
That's it.
Why?
Yeah, and I really like your minimum viable product. That's a big one also for me. Is it's never going to be perfect. Don't ever expect anything you do to be perfect. The Pareto principle is actually really, really applicable here. The 80-20 rule. Spend 20% of your effort to get 80% of the result. That last 20%, you'll either fix it up or you won't need it. It'll work one way or the other, but it's never, ever going to be perfect. I hate to say it, sometimes good enough is good enough.
It's true. I helped a business owner a year ago. He wanted a website. He was about ready to spend $30,000 on it. And I kept going, what is the point of your website? What do you want it to say? Oh, well, I have this one book and it's a lead gen. And I go, stop. What else? And he goes, and it's like, no, just stop right there. Is that your goal, to get them into your list and then you market through your list? He goes, well, that's pretty much my goal. And I'm like, forget all this.
You don't need 30 grand to do that.
We got him a free landing page that had all his company information on one page, because he didn't really, and we can it's real easy to change for free. That threw him into the automated drip campaign. His business blew up. To this day, years and years later, still only has his landing page.
That sounds like exactly what his business needs then.
He realized he was doing what everyone said, get a website. And then once it started working the way he needed it for his business and what his market wanted, he's got rid of that idea. Now he still hears people going, you need a website. He's like, why? Exactly. I have links on the landing page to take them to other places. Why? He does change it every 6 months, but it's what you were exactly saying. It's the minimum viable product, but that's what his target market loved. They didn't need all the about him. He had a little section about him. He's thinking, I need a whole page for that. No.
Some of us really struggle to get a paragraph on that. I mean, some of our stuff is just not exciting. It's not interesting. All someone wants to know is that they're dealing with a real person. That's kind of it. What are the results are you going to get from me as the consumer? That's what I'm after. That's it. Yeah, that's nice that you went to an Ivy League school, but how are you going to fix whatever my problem is? That's what I'm more concerned about. Yeah, going to those certain schools and all that might give some influence, but I want results. And I think most business owners out there want results from their actions. Now, this one is a question I always have to ask, because you've been in business for a while. It's like, what is one challenge or failure that you had to overcome within your business? You went through a lot of turbulence to get the business going. So we were discussing this. It really is that you can't do it all yourself. Get help. Work out what your strengths are. Work out what your weaknesses are. And then those weaknesses, go and find people to help you do it. Particularly in today's environment where you can go and get online assistants and online business managers and online accountants and bookkeepers. I don't know what else. I mean, yeah, marketing people to run your newsletters for you. Go and talk to them and bring them in. They'll charge. Yes, they're going to charge you money. That's part of it. I want to come back to that one. So remind me about charging money and paying money out. But it's going to allow you to do what you do best, and you're not going to be sitting there going, I really don't want to do this, and procrastinating and wasting your time and actually ending up hating the business, because this isn't what you went into business to do. You? I know people who look and they go, I don't want to do my books. So don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Go and get yourself Xero. Take copies of all of your invoices and your receipts. If you go out and spend money at the shop and you need to put that into your system, take a photo of it, upload it into Xero, let your bookkeeper handle it. That's what they're there for. And they do it so much quicker than we do, because we're not trying to remember it all the way along. We're not trying to remember how to do these things, because they do it every day. And yeah, that comes back to the sorts of things I do. Is I say to my clients when they say to me, oh, we want to learn how to manage our website. I'm like, okay, I'm happy to teach you, but why?
Right.
You can pay me a monthly fee. My team and I will help you do your updates. We'll keep it updated. If you want some changes done, we'll do all that for you. We do this every day. What will take you 3 hours to do will take us 15 minutes. And yeah, that's not an exaggeration in a lot of cases. That is not an exaggeration.
That's true.
And that then leaves you off to go and, create your new training course, or go and do your marketing, or whatever it is that fills your cup. That's the important thing. So yeah, don't try and do it all yourself. I think there was another point there too that I had to go through, was feeling guilty. Because I had come out of a really bad situation. I felt I had to work myself to the bone to make up for my past mistakes, and I really didn't. I just didn't. No. But that took me a long time to learn.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know how many times I encounter business owners who are still trying to do their own books, or having a staff member do their books who hates accounting, doesn't know accounting, but yet that's what they're doing. So it takes them longer. The frustration, the aggravation, and they mess it up. And they could have just paid someone a tenth of that, what they just paid them, or, well, look at your own salary. They could have paid someone. And
what's your hourly rate versus
look at your hourly rate. You're wasting money here. You're throwing it in the trash can.
You absolutely are. And I just wanted to touch back on that. I said talk about paying out money. So the first thing I want to say on that is I've seen a lot of small business and solopreneurs spend a lot of time looking for free. Oh. They go out and they look at all these free tools, but this tool is free and this tool is free, or this plugin is free. I'm like, yeah, okay, that plugin's free. This one costs you $100 a year. You get all the support. You put it on and it will work. I'll guarantee you it will work. Oh, but this product is free. It doesn't cost me the $100. Okay. And the next thing I know is they ring me and they say, well, it's been down for 3 days and I don't know how to fix it. Well, how much does that just cost you?
Right.
That's more than the $100. That's more than the $100. So that's the first thing I wanted to say is sometimes, yes, free is good. If you can get something that works, you should absolutely use it. But if you're having trouble finding something and someone is saying to you, I put my name to this and say, I guarantee it, seriously consider it.
Oh, wow.
The second part of that is when you pay out money to pay people to do the work, I treat that as I am blessed to be able to do this. I'm just so lucky to have people that I can pay money to do this, because I'm helping them in their business. They're helping me in my business. I've got a trust relationship, and that money is money well spent for me. And if you change it to oh my God, I've got to go and pay the bookkeeper, and I'm so lucky to pay the bookkeeper. It just changes your relationship with that entire process. I'm sorry, that's very esoteric, but there you go.
It's very, very true. And, in the long run, it's going to be actually a better cost effectiveness for your business and for yourself. It'll save your sanity.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I'm well versed in accounting. I love numbers. Do I want to do my own books? No. Could I? Yes. But I'd rather give it to someone else. They're going to knock it off in no time at all. And they love it. I won't.
They do love it. My bookkeeper absolutely loves it. Now, I do a lot of my own bookkeeping because I went to zero. They finally convinced me to go to zero.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of I log in every morning and I go, yep, these are all good. Tick them off. They're all done. She goes through at the end of the month and just does my reconciliations, prints off my statements, puts them into my folder for me. That's all done. Mm-hmm. But she loves it. See? She gets a real kick out of it. And I pull it up and I go, I don't want to do this.
Exactly. That's so true. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit. What kind of trends are you seeing in the IT industry, since that's pretty much where you're at?
Honestly, I want to say it's fairly stable in terms of trends. And the reason I want to say that is because the industry changes so quickly that change has become the new normal. The trends I see are more around the tools that come out and the things that people can use to achieve their business results. But what it all comes back to in the long run for me is those business basics. I don't care what the tools are anymore. I just need to know what you want to do, because there's this tool, or there's this tool, or there's this tool. Websites are still important. Actually, you asked it. That's a really good one. Social media. People have tended to trend towards putting all their businesses on Facebook or Instagram. And I'm seeing so many businesses, I've just got a Facebook page, just go and visit me on Facebook. And all I want to do is smack them so hard and say, do you know what you're doing here? Do you understand? Because they don't understand. And that's the really, really sad part. So to put some clarity towards that, you are relying on someone else's business to market your own business. Yes, it's free. I'm going to ask you just how free that is shortly, and I want you to really sit down and go through what it's actually cost you to get the business up on Facebook, what it costs you to keep people getting to it. All the ethereal costs that go around that, not just your physical costs. But the minute Facebook changes its policy, your business is dead. Yep. And we saw that, I think it was about 18 months ago, we saw that when they changed how they were doing all their page marketing into the feed, and they stopped marketing the pages directly into your feed. And I saw so many businesses say, we're not getting any traffic anymore. I'm like, no. Well, how can Facebook do this? Well, it's their platform.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when they went down for 3 days.
Oh my God, was that horrifying?
Me, I was laughing. And everyone's like, why are you laughing? And I go, because I don't do my business on Facebook.
Yeah. So and it's a real big fear for me, is that people are trending towards using the social media platforms as their main platform. Right. Now, the way I would advise, and I do advise my clients, is sure, use social media. Yes. Have your page there. I wouldn't necessarily have your shop on Facebook. I think that's a very bad move. But the idea of your social media places is, oh, hi, how you doing? This is who I am. Why don't you come across to my place and have a cup of coffee with me, and bring them out to your website. That way, if they decide to change their policies and they're not going to have any businesses on there anymore, or they're going to start charging you for your business page or your shop or whatever it is, you've got your backup already, and you've got the following there. So that's one of the trends that I have been seeing, and it really kind of makes me shudder for the danger that exposes people to.
Couldn't agree with you more. Been working with a business owner for the last 2 months, 30,000 connections on LinkedIn, and he has 150 in his email list. I think we have a little problem here. So I've been trying to get him to get it off of LinkedIn.
They migrate them across.
If Microsoft says, hey, we're done with LinkedIn, then what?
Yeah, that you lost all those connections.
That's
or
it.
they change they change their policy as to how you can access that list again. Like they've done that before.
Oh, yeah, they're constantly changing their rules. So get them off of the platform and get them into your platforms.
Yep.
What would you tell like a business owner, a leader to focus on right now?
Focus on right now what they do well. Now, that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I honestly think that a business owner should look at why they are in business. Why did you start the business? What is it you wanted to get out of it? What is it you do well? That's what you should be focusing on. You should also focus on your customers, your clients, because they are the lifeblood for your business. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of business owners out there that have got to a point where their customers are actually more a nemesis than they are an asset to their business.
Yes.
And I mean, I say that with a bit of a tongue in cheek, but yeah, there's some people I've spoken to, oh, my customers are so terrible. I'm like, why are you in business? Why are you doing this?
Oh my gosh.
I think you need to look at your target audience again.
Right. Do you think they're the problem?
Yeah, there's one common thing here.
Yeah. Look in the mirror and you might find it.
So then focus on your customers. So focus on what you do best. Focus on your customers. Talk to them about what it is that they're looking for from your business. What it is that they want. What plans they've got going on. Yeah, so talk to your customers. Find out what your customers are doing. Ask your customers what their forward plans are. Where their growth points are. See what you can help them out with. And this is the point: is that you're there to help people. And if you're not, well, maybe you need to think about that a little. Exactly. And the last part is think about your staff as well. Think about your staff and your employees. They're there to help you too. And your success is their success, and their success is your success. So, yeah, I mean, I could tell you need a website, or you need to have your accounting system sorted out, or you need to have all these things in place. You do, absolutely, yeah. Totally. But why would you need them if you don't know what you're doing?
There you go. And I know you kind of covered this, but it is definitely worth repeating. What is the one thing you learned the hard way in business?
Oh, get help. Ask for help. Don't try and do it all yourself. It's that really fine balance of working yourself into the ground and working really hard to working yourself to a point where you cannot work any further and you just completely drained. So get yourself some help, and definitely look at some balance within your own life. And I don't want to talk about work-life balance, because to me that's just baloney. There's times that you're going to have to work, and you're going to have to work really long hours, and it's going to be really hard, and you're going to be really tired. And then there are going to be times when you go, I don't need to work today.
Right.
I can go and, my dad, he'll go play golf, or me, I'll go up to the swimming pool, or I'll go and grab a cup of coffee somewhere. But get help. Honestly, don't try and do it all yourself. Just look up, be good to yourself, and ask someone to help you, because people will want to help. They really do.
That's it. They're going to help you grow your business more than you realize. And people are willing to help.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Look, my biggest point of growth in the last 6 months has been that I've been able to find some people to sit in the back end of my business. I've now got a lovely lady who she doesn't answer all my phone calls, but my phone will divert to a central number that we've got. And if it diverts there, she answers it for me. Someone gets to get a person to speak to. She puts it into my project management system saying this person rang, this is what they want. If she can assist them, she will. She's learning my systems as she goes. And she does my books as well. I've got other people who I have trouble with a certain thing, or I'm just so busy and I know I've got to get this one job done. I'll go out and I say, hey, I need this done. Yeah, it's done. There you go. It's all fixed. And what they charge me is not, it's nothing compared to the value that I get from that.
Exactly. Well, Charlie, we had a great time today, and I want to thank you for being our guest and sharing your knowledge and your expertise.
Oh, look, thank you and again, thank you so much for inviting me along. I'm just so honored, and it was such a buzz for me to get that invitation from you. Yeah, when you're done this long and someone comes along and says, "Hey, I want to talk to you," I'm like, "Oh wow, this was
I know.
cool. Thank you."
Kind of crazy. Wow, they want to talk to me.
And what do I got?
You have quite a bit, so I'm glad you were able to make the show, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, look, thank you, and thank you to all your listeners for sticking with us while we went through all of that.
Excellent. Well, Charlie and everyone else, we have proprietary software where we can find any business, 50,000 to even over 100,000 of hidden annualized revenue in 45 minutes, and develop a customized roadmap on how to get that revenue. It's pretty amazing with all its 497 million algorithms it uses. And we're always looking for some more business case studies to put in our book. So let us know if you'd like to see how much hidden revenue we can find you in your business. So if you like Charlie and other experts like her on this show, please make sure you give us a positive review, subscribe to the channel, share it with your family and friends, and of course, like this episode. I'm Biz Coach Steve Feld, wishing you and your business much success.
We hope you liked today's guest on $1 billion marketing secrets over coffee. If you'd like to see how much hidden revenue we can uncover for you, well, click on the link in the show notes to speak with Steve. Mention the podcast when you book the meeting. You will receive a special gift. Make sure to like this episode and subscribe to this podcast to hear other great proven business leaders share their strategies to help you grow your business. Today's episode is sponsored by Profit Acceleration Software. We run your business through our proprietary software that uses 497 million algorithms, so we can find anywhere from $50,000 to over $100,000 of hidden revenue in your business all in 45 minutes. Our software will even provide us with an implementation schedule to turn that hidden revenue into actual profits. Contact Steve to set up a time to see how much hidden revenue we can find in your business.